I like talking to veterans because they sometimes feel like the VA is not on their side, and we are, and they don't have the opportunity to talk to us. So by sitting at this table, if it takes me an hour to talk to a veteran and listen to them, I've actually had a veteran, she was sitting here crying at the table, and I just reassured her that we're going to get her claim work, we're going to actually work with her. But it's been amazing to sit here and talk to veterans. I'm not a veteran myself, but it's amazing just having to be able to answer their questions and get their claim working, and to see their struggles, to talk to them and understand what they're going through. And it's just sitting around and talking to them because they're actually wanting someone to talk to. So I had several, they said, I don't have anyone to talk to. So I said, however long you need me to talk to you, that's how long I will talk to you. Because of course, when they call the 1-800 number, they can't talk as long because we're on, sometimes we're on production. But here, it's amazing that I can be able to sit and touch the veteran that I might be working a claim for.
Just a little background information. I actually heard of the program by way of my aunt, who's also a veteran. She actually informed me what was going on, and I told her of my past experiences of trying to seek benefits through the VA, but unfortunately was denied in the state of Florida. And upon me hearing about the event today, I actually flew in from Fort Lauderdale, Florida into Atlanta, and from Atlanta I drove down here to Columbus, Georgia with my 3-month-old son. So yeah, I'm excited to be here. I was a bit discouraged when I was denied benefits when I was down in Florida, and upon coming here and to see everyone being so helpful and being so thorough in their explanations on how to go about receiving benefits, I knew that it would definitely be of benefit to me, and not only myself but to my child, who will also take advantage of my benefits as well. So I'm so glad that my aunt actually told me about this event, and I'm hoping that there'll be more events like this to come.
We're here today at Columbus State University, and we have some important people here today with us from Washington, D.C. Would you give us your name, please, and a little bit of something about you?
Well, thank you for being here with every important veteran. It's an honor to serve along with you and all your distinguished efforts in your community. I'm Dr. Linda Davis. I am the Chief Veterans Experience Officer at the VA for our secretary. It means I'm in charge of customer service. So we ought to get this right: care, benefits, memorial services delivery in the way our veterans need it, when they need it.
That's great, and I'm glad the way you said that, because a lot of veterans don't understand the 3 parts of the VA, which is the VBA, the hospital, and the cemetery. Absolutely. So once we get that word out and get them to understand it, I think the better off we will be. Now, would you give us your name, sir?
Yes, it's Jim Wartsky. I'm the Executive Director for the Veterans, Family, Community Engagement Team of the Veterans Experience Office. And my boss is right here, Dr. Linda Davis.
Okay, great.
It has to be good.
Now, it's a pleasure having her with us.
Now, I interviewed your guy out of Vision 7 several months ago for the Veteran Experience when y'all first came out with the book. So can you give us an update how that is going, and how has it been accepted around the country and everything?
Well, I think you're referring to our new welcome kit.
Yes, ma'am.
It is a wonderful one source. It's like a giant yellow book that teaches you all about the VA and the benefits it has for you. Like you mentioned, care, benefits, memorial services. But what it does is it breaks it down along the moments that matter to the veteran. What's the most important thing you need to know each time you need one of our services, from the point of leaving the military to the point at which you're buried and your survivors still get services from us. And it's very simple, easy to follow, places to call, people to call, websites to look on, and for one thing, it's in plain English and people love it.
Well, I'm glad when I saw that book, and I interviewed, I can't remember his name, but he's out of the Vision 7 office in Atlanta. And we did a show with him as well. But I'm glad that we made a roadmap for veterans to follow. Now is to continue to make sure that they know that the roadmap is out there.
And we do that in engagements like this right here, and we are so grateful for having a partnership with the community here, because truly without the community and people, or the CVEB, the Community Veteran Engagement Board leads, the VA can't do it alone.
Right.
So we are so grateful to have these partnerships and working together in the communities.
Well, I am too, because I'm always talking to veterans about supporting the VA hospital. Get your care there and stop complaining so much. And it's not the fact that they're complaining, it's the fact that they just don't know how to navigate the system correctly.
You nailed that. That is the biggest challenge, is how to navigate the system. And we are working very hard from Washington across the country to try to make that process easier. And the book you referred to is exactly that. But if veterans do have a problem navigating, what we do want them to be able to do is use our White House VA hotline that we have now, because they can ask questions. Over 70% of the questions that we get 24/7 to that line is information. How do I find out something? Where do I go to get this? And if they do have a concern or complaint, we want to hear that, because that helps us make it better for them.
Well, and I will assure you of this, your veteran, your VSOs, American Legion, Disabled American Veteran, Veteran of Foreign Wars, AMVET, many more that I can't name, we're really doing our part in trying to help navigate the system. Sometimes it seems hard because when veterans get frustrated, you got to calm them down in order to talk to them.
Yes.
So, but we are working hard to ensure that we teach them or show them how to navigate the system. Is there anything else you would like to add? And especially, let me ask you, ma'am, are you a veteran?
I am a veteran.
Well, would you tell us something about your life and your service that you served in?
Well, I was very fortunate to be in the Army as a signal officer, and I learned a great many skills, mainly teamwork, honesty, commitment to mission, can do, get it done. And I'm a soldier for life, sir.
Soldier for life. And we want to thank you for your service as well.
Thank you.
And sir, can you give us something on your?
Army, 31 years to include reserve time, and it was a pleasure to be part of the service and to continue serving today. And as far as the VSOs, great partnership, and we really do appreciate all the work that we do together to serve our veterans.
Oh, great. Well, we thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time today, and we want you to have a safe trip back. I know you got to go back to Washington,
Yes,
and you have to go back to Atlanta. Correct?
Actually, I'm going to be heading out too, though.
You're going to be headed out too, but it's wet out there, it's rainy, so you guys be careful. And we look forward to seeing you in the southeastern United States again soon.
Yes,
You will.
sir. God
Thank you
bless,
much.
and thank
God
you
bless
for
you, and thank you.
serving. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Hayden, it's good to be here with you today. And you was here yesterday, but I wasn't able to make it out because we opened a veterans home yesterday.
I understand.
10 bedrooms.
Yes.
And we wanted to be here today with you so that we could talk to you. But first, before we start talking about this program that you're running today, why don't you give us a little brief history of your military career?
31 years, Army, Infantry, Special Forces.
Okay, great. Well, I was Navy, of course, as you know.
My dad was Navy for
And,
33 years. So.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing. Now, Mr. Hayden, would you tell us about this program that you have going on that started on yesterday and is ending today?
Yeah. 2 months ago, the Veterans Administration came to us and asked us to form a board in our community that will support veterans. It represents 50 miles from Columbus in a circle, which is 70,000 veterans. They then offered about a month ago to bring what we would call a veteran event, simple term, to here, our region, in order to bring the VA here to support veterans. And that's what you see.
Okay, that's great. So how had the turnout been on yesterday and today?
Turnout's been good. We've had a real positive impact on a number of veterans. They're going to come back, we think, in about a year. It'll take us that long to really set it up right, and we want to get the word out. We want to get more veterans than we have this time because there are a lot of veterans that need help.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, as I've told you about the different organizations that I'm a part of and that I run, I do a female veteran stand down every year. And this year we're planning on doing it around spring break. So hopefully we'll get together, we'll talk and maybe bring you in on it as well.
Well, ideally, we'll do a partnership. We're going to form a female veteran advocacy committee, one that looks at the hard issues, and this committee will be able to hand off our combined issues directly to the VA in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
We have a conduit up there, thanks to the visit from Washington, in order to open that up.
Okay, that's great, because you know when I do mine, I'm partnered up with Tuskegee VA, Central
Yes.
Alabama Healthcare, and we have all of the social workers out, we have the doctors out, and we do a physical. We have the buses out, so they can do physical exams and everything. We have the VBA out, so we do exactly, basically the same thing that you've done here today. But the difference is, we do it with females, and why I like to do it with females, because they really don't understand a lot of them that the VA can handle all their needs now. Go ahead.
You really are right. The only difference is here we've got veterans officials from both Atlanta and Montgomery here, along with the VSOs that are paid from the Alabama Department of Veterans Affairs and the Georgia Department of Veteran Services, all working together. So when you come in, we figure out which state you're from, and then that state has full access to your records in order to help you with your issue. Being able to expand that and open a very specific program for our female veterans would be fantastic.
That's so great. That's so great. And of course, in this area, get some more veterans home. And we are working on a project now over in Phoenix City, where that's exactly what we're doing. And we just opened up one yesterday, Miss Modell McKenzie, and hopefully here within the next few months, we're gonna open up something else a little bit bigger. So we are working hard to take care and support veterans and their families.
We have to.
Yes, sir.
Whether it's with Valley Rescue, whether it's with House of Mercy, whether it's with the homes you're opening now, you can never provide enough support to our veterans, and you really need to be applauded for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Is there anything else that you would like to add that maybe we didn't cover today with what you have going on?
Only this: when we do this again, we would ask that all veterans in this area come and ask for help. Ask the tough questions and let the experts provide the assistance. And you'll see a Washington, D.C. hotline number. If you need help, use it.
Yes, sir. Now, for the camera, would you state your full name and your phone number and then we're going to print it on the bottom of the stream so that they can see that as well.
Colonel Retired Biff, B-I-F-F, it's a nickname, Hadden, H-A-D-D-E-N, and my number is 706-615-2455.
Well, we thank you, Mr. Hadden, and hopefully we're going to see you again next year around the same time, and we're going to get more veterans out here than you did this year.
Go Navy.
Go Navy. Beat Army. Okay, we're here with Betty Brewer, and Betty's from Phoenix City, Alabama.
Yes,
but Betty, the first thing I want you to tell me is about your military career.
My military career, so I am an 88 Mike truck driver,
Okay.
and I did 24 years in service, and I had 4 deployments.
And tell me, which was your highlight of your military career?
My highlight of my military career was just taking care of soldiers.
Taking care of soldiers.
That's it.
And then your deployments?
My deployment highlight was bringing my soldiers back.
Bringing your soldiers back. That's great. Now, Betty, we was together yesterday
Yes,
over
we
in
were.
Phoenix City for the grand opening
Yes.
of a veterans home. Tell us
Yes.
the name of that veteran home.
It's called Branches.
Branches.
Yes.
And now tell us, not just because you work with Branches, but because you work with this organization as well.
Yes.
Which is Veteran Experience,
Chattahoochee Valley Veteran Experience Action Center.
Chattahoochee Valley Veteran Experience Action Center.
Yes.
And tell me something about your role in this here, what you're doing today.
So my role is I sit on the board, and there's at least 8 to 12 people that's on the board, and I am the co-chair person. We have 2 co-chair people on the board, one on the Alabama side and one on the Georgia side. So I'm on the Alabama side.
And who's on the Georgia side?
That would be Mr. Hadden,
Okay, Mr. Hadden. Okay,
Mr.
great.
Biff Hadden. But we both are working together.
So you're working together, and in
Yes.
your planning coming up to this, how hard was it? Was it hard at all?
Well, it wasn't hard.
Okay,
It's just doing the work.
doing the work.
Yes.
And getting
as
in
far as
contact?
trying to get the information out, getting in contact with other sources, that's pretty much it. It wasn't really hard. We did a lot of Skype meetings, which was good. I love the Skype meetings because we all got to talk to each other, and then when we came face to face, we kind of already knew each other.
Okay. So I want you to keep us in mind, as I mentioned to Mr. Hardy, next year you give us opportunity so that we can get this out way in advance. So we want to give you that publicity so that we can get this out and make sure that the veterans on the Alabama side, because CTV BEAM is a Alabama TV station.
Well, you got to remember I called and talked to you.
Right, so,
Yeah.
no, but you didn't call me 3 months in advance so we could start getting it out. That's what I'm saying. Give me some time so we can put it out.
3 months in advance.
So that we can get the veterans to know that, hey, this event is coming up.
That's what
and
you want.
need to be there in order to help yourself with your claims and any other needs that you have.
I will give you what
So
you
we
want.
want to make sure that we broadcast it at least
easy.
twice a month.
Too easy.
Okay? Anything else that you would like to tell us about this event today?
Well, I can say we did serve a lot of veterans, and I was very proud of the veterans that came. We had an older crowd, which was good. You know, sometimes there's no way for our older crowd to get to where they need to be or to sit at VA for a long time, but they came here and they got seen and then they got out the door.
Well, that's great.
So that was the best thing about having this event.
That's good. Well, anytime we can serve those, especially Vietnam veterans,
Yes.
those World War II veterans that we still have living,
Yes.
and the Gulf War and so forth and so on. So we want to thank you for what you're doing with the Chattahoochee Valley Veteran Experience,
Yes.
and we want to thank you for your service. Dr. Span, it's good seeing you again. We were just together yesterday
That's right.
at the grand opening of Branches
Yes.
Veterans Home, and now we're here today at Columbus State University. And won't you tell us what you're involved in today here?
Sure. Central Alabama Veterans Healthcare System is here partnering at the Veteran Experience Action Center, providing healthcare services and programs from our homeless to our women's veteran, suicide prevention, mental health programs. So we're also providing resources while veterans are waiting to get their claims and different things serviced on today.
Well, that's great. And how was the turnout?
It was a great turnout. We had over 2 days, and we had several veterans coming over. I think we're just a little bit under that 400 mark of serving 400 veterans.
Well, that's great considering the Valley have over 70,000 veterans.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about active duty, just
Yes.
veterans in our area. So we want to thank you and let you tell us a little more. Do you have anything upcoming planned?
Sure, we will have opportunity. If you didn't get a chance to come to the VAC, they will be having another one in February in Montgomery. The dates are to be determined. There'll also be other activities that we want to get out to the community and do outreach. Please continue to check our social media so that whenever we have great activities and outreach, we'll be glad to have and continue to serve veterans.
Okay, so when they do this one in Montgomery,
Yes.
they're going to bring Georgia VSOs over as well
Yes.
to do claim.
Yes.
So we'll be safe to telling our Georgia people on our television show that they are welcome to come to the Montgomery one as well.
That is true.
That is
Correct.
great. That is
Yes.
so super.
Yes.
Anything else?
That's it. We look forward to continue serving veterans and a great event.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Span.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you
Thank
and
you.
everything you and your staff do.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.